Hey everybody, I thought I'd take a minute and maybe do a little fireside chat to talk about school, to talk about education, and to talk about history. As we start this January, this new year, and in this spring semester, the country and the world are going through a lot of things. And how do we address them? How do we deal with them? How do we cope with them? How do we solve them and sort them out? Well, part of the way to do that is through education. It's through thinking. Really, it's through thinking. Sometimes you don't have to be formally educated, like we're doing here in college. Sometimes common sense, sometimes experience is really all you need to try and problem solve and sort through issues that we all face. But seeing as that you are in college and you are either still in high school really and taking college classes, or you have completed high school and you're in community college to begin your college education. If you are in college because you've come back to school as you are embarking on a new career or new life choice, it doesn't really matter what your circumstances are. Education should be the same kind of experience for everybody. And part of the education is to present to you information, facts, and opinions, perspective, and narratives that you may or may not want to hear. Perhaps they're new to you, and maybe you get a little bit uncomfortable when you hear them. And when you do, questioning who's giving you that information is a very important thing. Part of our curriculum and part of all high school, middle school, everywhere around the globe, part of learning is critical thinking. And there are going to be questions I'm going to be asking you in discussion boards that are really geared towards critical thinking. And since this is a history class, your critical thinking skills are going to come from comparing and contrasting, from mulling ideas around in your head, from your experiences, from things you've heard from your family or from your friends, perspectives that you bring to the table, and then how you are mixing that up and thinking about it, pondering it, along with new information that you're getting through the course, either through the textbooks or through the quizzes that you're presented with, or through the discussion board questions and videos that you'll be seeing and being asked to examine. Now, the critical thinking questions, these discussion board questions that I'm presenting to you, are really to help you with critical thinking skills that not only will help you in this class, but help you with the rest of your life. No matter if you are transferring to a university or you're going out into a program in engineering or in nursing or really auto mechanics, anything, truly anything that you're going to do. Because your background, who you are, and really truthfully who you are, isn't determined by the formal education that you're getting, but how well you're able to critical think or critically think. And formal education is designed to help you be able to not only have new information and new knowledge, but also to be able to process that new knowledge. But processing that knowledge also is dependent on being able to use the information that you currently have, or the ideas, the concepts, beliefs you already hold from your life's experiences and where you are right now. Now, for those of you who are in high school and the community college experience is part of your high school education, I really implore you to remember that you're not in high school in a college class. this is a level different than high school. And I really hope, and I'm asking with all my heart that you think of it that way. This is not just an extension of your primary school education and part of just your secondary school education, being high school. It's your post-secondary, which is college. And I'm hoping, and I'm asking you to think about it in a way that maybe, I don't know if you've thought about it this way before, but I'm hoping that you'll go beyond what you might have thought, which is that it's part and parcel. It's what's expected. It's, I got to get through this. You have to get through high school to, that's part of the law. You have to go through high school. Community college is a means by which you get a jump on college. But it's not high school. And so what's going to be asked of you is going to be a little bit more, perhaps, than you would have had in high school. And it's to prepare you for university, for a 4-year school. So that when you get into your 4-year school, whether you transfer after you get your AA, which I hope that you do get and complete that degree, that's very good. It means you're able to complete something. The colleges really do appreciate that, but also businesses as you go forward. Your ability to be able to complete a task is very important to corporations and to businesses, banks, especially if you ever want to be an entrepreneur. The completion of each step in the road is very important because that is consistency that you're able to follow through, and if you're able to follow through, then you're more likely to succeed. Still, for those of you who are even considering just transferring after your first year, you're on the transfer program, I want you to be able to slide into that university experience at the level that they're expecting you to be able to work in. I don't want you to, so while you may be a high school student taking a college class, this is a college class that's preparing you for university or another college experience, because many colleges make a university. So, and that's what university is. It's universal. It's many colleges under one umbrella. So, as we start out this semester, this video is really to implore you to reassess your thinking, reassess how you are you're taking the class. What's your education about? Because in college, you're going to be asked to think about things, to study things, to entertain ideas that will probably and most likely take you out of your comfort zone. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And that reason is to help you think. It's to help prepare you for the world ahead of you, to critically think and how to, in looking at many perspectives before you come to a decision or a conclusion. With that being said, part of the critical thinking process does not mean that you have to change your mind in the end. If you have one belief in something and an idea, if your belief, for instance, in this very first chapter in World Civilization is that God created human beings and the theory of evolution you're not buying, and at the end of you reading and studying, you still held that belief system, that's fine. That's totally fine. Your belief system is not going to affect your grade in this class. But to understand the other position, to understand the out of Africa theory, to understand mitochondrial DNA, to understand the archaeological evidence of the theory of evolution, gives you the ability to support your argument and your belief with someone who does not believe the way you believe. So it allows you to understand that there are other sides of an argument and positions, and to really process what that other side is in your mind. So as we go forward in this semester, I really want you to think about that, but your approach to the class and the approach to college in and of itself. I don't want you to think, oh, well, I'm here because I have to take this, or I'm here because this is what I have to do in order to get a good job, or something like that. That's very, very superficial. It really is very superficial. You're here, you're in school. The whole point of education is to help you think and help you process information, and not just believe one side of the story or a very superficial piece of the story. It's to try to be able to address real topics. What's the real meat and bones of the story? What happened that made the event happen? What's the perspective of the person who is telling the story? Which is why we have primary sources quizzes in the course, because a primary source is the direct source. That's where you go. It's straight to the source. No other better way to put that. And those are kinds of things that we should be thinking about when we hear, things on the street. What's the word on the street? Well, who said it? Are they a reliable source? And should I really think much about it? Is that perspective really valid? Or does that perspective really, is it really meaningful? So that's really what I wanted to say in this little fireside chat as we start our semester, that, the college isn't just the road, on the road to a good job or to university because you have to do it. College is about really digging deeper and being able to really think about stuff and giving support to your voice. And I hope as we go through with the discussion boards, especially discussion boards, that that you really think about the questions before you answer them. And later on, I'll do a little video on expectations of discussion board questions. This first week has been kind of crazy week, and so I really wanted to give you a little bit of time. The first discussion board question is pretty straightforward, but I really wanted to mostly not stress you out and give you all kinds of criteria. Mostly I just wanted you to be able to get into the course, get into the textbook, and read the syllabus. That's really the biggest deal here for this first week. And I don't think we learn well when we're stressed out. I think we learn best when we're comfortable and when we have a good pace and when we don't feel stressed. So going forward, I will give more information on discussion board criteria, but I think you all will feel real comfortable with it as we go forward. And remember, I am always here, really, for you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have or concerns. You can WebEx me at any time if you want to see face-to-face and have a conversation. If you are in the class with friends, you notice you guys can WebEx me all at the same time, which is one of the cool things about it. So, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you any way that I can with regards to school and really kind of any other thing too. The college has great resources if you need anything. And don't feel ashamed or don't feel obliged. I mean, I just want you to feel comfortable with me as your teacher, and comfortable in the course itself and what you're about to learn. So with that said, I'm just going to say ta-da, Cheerios, cheerio, and I look forward to seeing you guys throughout the semester. Okie dokie. Bye.